Okay, 3, 2, 1. Hello, welcome to the Clown Flagging Podcast. Today, we are going to talk about the first 4 segments of the first season. Today with me I have 3 others of the 5 others that I usually have, that we should usually have. We have Mike.
Someone forgot to be here.
Okay. Mike.
Hello.
Noah.
Hello.
And Shelly.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
And I am Tobias. I did not say that earlier. So, first episode of the show, Best Friends. What do you guys? What is
The first episode was Anna Beast.
Ann or Beast?
Yeah,
Fuck.
first
I said the
episode
wrong
was
one.
Anna Beast.
I didn't say the right thing. Okay, first episode, Ann or Beast. Let's talk about that.
Well, it had Anne and a Beast. So Anne or Beast isn't technically correct. It's Anne. It should be Anne and Beast.
And Beast? I thought Ann is the Beast.
I know, that's the joke. I'm making a joke. That is the point.
But you said Ann and Beast.
Shut up.
Okay.
I think it does a pretty good job as just like an introduction episode.
Mhm.
Yeah. One thing about this episode is how like Sprig in this episode, it kind of sets up like a potential character arc about him becoming more responsible, because you can see in this episode he's really wants to be viewed as more responsible by Hop Hop.
Yes.
It kind of sets up some sort of character arc about that, but I don't really think they don't really actually
continue with it. Yeah. Yeah. No.
It doesn't mean thing, like the main characters. Like you learn, it does a good job at showing like what Anne, Sprig, Polly, Hop Hop, and even Wally and their co-stars understand how like.
Yeah.
Which is good.
It just does a good job introducing them, like what their traits are, their personalities.
Mhm. Yeah, it is very good at like showing each like of the main characters. So, but
I does a good job
of a few of the other Wartwood characters. Yeah. I would agree. I definitely agree with the Sprig thing. We've talked about it before, just in our chats and in our.
Eventually, we'll have to have an episode just called "Why the Problems We Have with Sprig characters."
I don't think we should do that.
We don't need.
I don't think we need it, because we're gonna keep saying it over and over in each and every episode that Sprig is in.
Yeah.
So I would definitely say that it's a good episode. It's a good start episode. It shows like why the first season is the way that it is. Like, I mean, like
it's nothing special, but it does.
Yeah.
I think it serves its purpose as a introduction episode. It just introduces all the main characters very well, and it also introduces us to sort of the way the town is like. How the townspeople.
Well, to accept even more
foreshadowing in calamity form.
Yeah.
Yeah. True. That's the freaking, as I like to call it, the sand moment.
I definitely like how. Yeah, Bessie is just not there for some reason, and what I like about the first episode though is that like it doesn't start with Anne or anything like how she got there. You find that out like later. Yeah. It's not the first episode. Yeah, the first one who speaks is Wally.
How she got there in the intro.
Yeah, obviously, like you see that. That's part of the intro.
They don't do any sort of. They don't do any sort of exposition until later. So like they just kind of.
Yeah, literally the next episode.
They even explained how they got the box to tell true colors.
Yeah. That's interesting though. Like you don't know everything about Anne. Anne has a lot of secrets. She's very good at telling lies. I think all of them are actually. The trio is good at telling lies. We haven't met the rest of the trio. Am I supposed to be talking about this?
Yeah, it's just like.
Okay.
yeah, you find out more.
But like,
Hmm?
but like, Anne was like in the woods for a week.
Yeah.
If I'm correct.
Mhm.
Yeah, but like, how did she survive? What did she eat?
Um.
That is something.
Well, you can live without eating for about a month, like 3 weeks or something. So.
But she's like 13 in the show.
Yes. Still the.
A person that age should not be able to make it a week without food.
Should not, but like.
You make a good point. But there's a cartoon.
Yes, this is one.
Okay.
This is a cartoon. Two, like it's my point still stands. If she was eating normally, like before she got to amphibia and she, like it was her birthday, she'd probably like had like something that was kind of extra. So like,
Yeah.
so she would be a little bit like fine. She would be fine for probably a week, although she would be very hungry as she is in the episode.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Other things. I find it interesting how Wally had the first line of the whole series. Kind of makes me want him to also have the last line, but I think it'd be a cool way to tie them together.
Right.
He's a very interesting character. Like he's important, but he also kind of has character development. Like he has character development, not kind of. He has character development.
Yeah,
even
does.
like
He does.
like from like the beginning to like what not even like midway
The
through.
most important of the Woolwood characters with the possible exception of Maddie, but we'll have to see about that.
Yeah. I would say Ivy too, but like she's really more like Sprig character development kind of person, even though Sprig's character development is lackluster. Yeah.
He does it.
I would. Yeah, she developed more than Sprig did. It's.
Yes, that is correct.
At least you can admit it.
I'm proud of you, Mike. Admitting it. It's
Okay.
more than Sprig can do.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
You can't tell Mike is the one who will defend. If you guys, by the way, Mike is the one who will defend Sprig. So.
Yes, Sprig. I mean, Mike is part of the Sprig defense group. He is the only one there.
And Olivia, we can't forget Olivia.
Oh.
She also helps.
Yeah.
She's neutral to Sprig, buddy.
Yeah, Olivia's always like in the middle about stuff. She's neutral, but you're full Sprig defense. And then we have four non-Sprig people. So, or not non-Sprig. We don't hate Sprig. We would like to establish that we don't hate Sprig. None of us hate Sprig. We just we have problems with his character.
Legal reasons, I don't hate Sprig.
For legal reasons. For legal reasons.
And I needed the FBI outside of my house will kill me if I say otherwise.
It's okay. I have the same problem with the Balloon Boy Funko.
Talk about episode 2.
Oh yes,
episode
Best Fun.
Yeah, Best Fun.
This one's Best
So
Friends.
that one had Tobie said the word best in the title, and there were fronds in the episode. The title worked.
Okay.
So,
Wait, guys, wait.
what are we doing?
We need to give the first episode a rating out of 10.
Oh, yes, rating out of 10.
6.
I give it a 6.5.
I give it a 7.
As well.
6.
I give it a fake Becky out of 10.
Well, is that not Best Friends?
No, the fake Becky was in Anarchy.
Yeah, but I feel like that would fit better with Best Friends, but okay. So, first thing about Best Friends. First thing about Best Friends, definitely Anne's, not very nice. I don't know if I can, like, am I allowed to curse here? Like, we're gonna put this on YouTube.
People are watching this, they probably know the show.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, spoiler alert, Anne's dad is alive.
Wow.
You gotta think
Can't say the same about Spriggs, though. Okay. Yeah, Anne's...
So, I like about...
Okay, go ahead, Noah.
Sorry. what I like about this episode is that it sort of establishes, it doesn't directly give all of it away, but it establishes and sort of gives hints to Anne having a toxic friendship.
Yeah, her view of friendship is very off.
It kind of puts her very flawed view of friendship on full display. How she thinks that.
Mm-hmm.
It also does a good job of showing that Anne isn't a perfect character.
Yes, and being the main character.
Which is very good.
One
Which is very, very
pattern
good.
in early season one is really see how flawed of a character she is, and she this episode
Mm-hmm.
she's honestly she's somewhat
She might as well be the antagonist of this episode.
Yeah, she was very manipulative and sort of
Mm-hmm.
peer pressuring Sprig. Another thing I like is how you clearly see how this is something that she picked up from hanging out with Sasha. And what I like about this is
We don't establish that
No, we don't know Sasha yet.
does very one thing that this show does what I'm getting to is what this show does very well is recontextualizing previous events. So when I first saw this episode, I was kind of like, oh, that's really weird. It kind of stuck out to me as weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then when I saw Reunion,
Yeah. You can rewatching episodes is a thing that you would really need to do for this show because it's because you don't get all of the information from just watching the first season. You have to watch the second season. You're like, oh, that's why that happened.
What I was
And
saying
then you
is
miss things before too.
after I rewatched Reunion and then rewatched these old episodes, it kind of is recontextualized. And one thing that I noticed is that a lot of Anne's behavior in early season one, for example, how in this episode she's trying to peer pressure Sprig, that really seems like something that she picked up from hanging out with Sasha because Sasha behaves in a very similar way. So I like how it sort of recontextualizes stuff like that.
Yeah, that happens a lot, and then you get that same kind of act like that. The way that she acts is very similar in Sprig's birthday, a season 3 episode. Again, spoilers.
Yeah. We'll get into our problems with birthday when we get to
Yeah, that's probably the episode that I have the most problems with. But it's okay. No, actually, Spider Sprig's. Okay, never mind. Yeah, we're on season 1, episode 2 currently, or season 1, episode 1 still technically. This is segment 2. Okay. Does anyone else have any pieces?
No, let's get into our rating.
One thing. Oh, I do have something. One thing that I would like to point out is how in this episode it really kind of tries to hammer in how this is one sort of continuity sort of thing, kind of flaw that in this episode it really kind of hammers in that Sprig doesn't have any friends. It's like I'm not about to let my first real friend get eaten. But then in previous episodes they introduce Ivy and it's like, oh, here's my childhood friend Ivy. It kind of is a weird little continuity thing that kind of caught me off guard when I rewatched the show. It was kind of wait a minute, he's talking about how he doesn't have any real friends, but he has Ivy. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, he probably views Ivy differently though because later they
Sprig doesn't get a crush on Ivy
until dating season, right?
Yeah, no, in that episode he's adamant that she's just a friend. So that's what really cut
And then you have cracking Mrs. Croker.
That in this episode they kind of treat it as if he doesn't have any friends, and Anne is really his first real friend, and then later they're like, oh look, he has a friend.
And then you have cracking Mrs. Croker, which is just everyone is Sprig's friend apparently.
Let's not talk about cracking Mrs. Croker at all and take it.
Okay. Yeah, that one has problems too.
It has more than just problems.
ratings? Question mark.
Yes, ratings. We can get your rating on the show.
I give this. Oh wait, how about we go in order actually?
What is the order?
Maybe you start.
Okay.
Tobie, like me, Shelly.
Okay. So I think my rating is probably going to be the same as the first episode. I think it's good, but I don't know. I think it's actually kind of better than the first episode. So still gonna give it a 7 out of 10 though.
I give it a. I'm sorry, I stopped the order.
Mike, Noah, Shelly.
I think it's slightly worse than the first episode, so I'll give it a 5.8. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Wait,
Do you have any?
can you elaborate?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that?
Well, I guess the first time I watched it, I was like really pissed at Anne for just being terrible. I guess. But like coming back to it now, it seemed like a much better episode than I firstly thought. But I still think I prefer the first episode to it.
Okay.
I think I personally like the fact that they made Anne terrible in this episode. I think
I know.
sort of like I guess kind of the point. I think they I like that she's sort of a very flawed character and they develop her more as it goes on.
That's
I
how.
gave the episode. So I gave episode 1 a 6.5. I give this episode a 7, so slightly better.
Nice.
Okay.
I feel
I
like.
like how they do this episode. It does have things pretty well. I give it a solid near-death experiences out of 10.
Fantastic.
I agree with
Also,
him.
I probably kind of forgot to mention how at the end it showed like Sasha in the prison cell with
Yes.
Mr. Ennis.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see. Only I will change my rating to 6
Why?
because of that scene at the end with Sasha.
You like? Is it because you like you like Sasha as a character? Or? Okay. You know Sasha acts the same way as Anne. Why is that?
No. I like the fact that they showed Sasha at the end.
Oh, okay.
That was very cool.
Yeah.
So 6.
Grimes seems so ominous, and yeah.
Yes.
I like Grime in season 1. It's before like season 2 when you sort of get his more laid back kind of personality, but in season 1 he's like a very intimidating character.
I like his beard.
Yeah.
Okay. Season 1, segment 3. Kane Crazy.
This isn't like a very, like, definitely like not a very special episode, but I like this one because it is just like probably one of the funnier. I would say one of the funnier episodes in season 1. I think like all of the jokes in this episode like land really well. I don't know. This episode just makes me laugh a lot like every time I watch it.
I agree. I like Polly's character a lot in this episode. Like,
her character like is real. Yeah, I like when she first makes like a sort of like when she first is prominent in an episode. I think her personality was done very well. I also like Lago a lot. I think Lago is a very fun character.
Introduces Lago. We should probably everyone give your opinion on Lago as a character.
Lago is great. His eyes look really weird though.
I really like Lago. I do Lago.
My opinion on all the side Warwood side characters are really the same. Like they're very they're kind of like very one note like simple characters, but I like them. I think they're very funny, and I think they serve their purpose well. They're
Would you say the same about Maddie?
Like likable side characters.
Would you say it's the same about Maddie?
Maddie, yeah.
Really?
Maddie's kind of her own thing. We'll get to Maddie when we get to the episode.
Yeah, Maddie is her own. Like she has like more to her because like she's kind of important.
I wouldn't say she's one note. Just like a lot more. Just like very. I would say. Yeah, no, I wouldn't say that for Maddie, but I would say that for like characters like Loggle, Soggy
Mhm.
Joe, Mrs.
Oh
Crumple,
yeah.
those kinds of characters.
Hey, Tobie, go. He's nice.
And Duckweed is zero no. He has no.
And when I say that
Duckweed
they're
is something.
when I say that they're one note, I don't mean that in like a negative way. I mean it in just kind of like a they're very simple characters, but I like them. I don't mean that in a negative way.
They work for their role of just serving as characters who mainly just show up for one-off gags, and then if they need to, sort of like play a big role in an episode. Like Loggle, aside from this episode, doesn't usually play a very big role, and he shows up just for like a simple one-off joke. It works.
Some of them they do flesh out more. Like I know they flesh out Wally a bit. They flesh out
Yeah,
Manny.
Wally definitely.
Ivy to some extent.
There's definitely a few important Wood characters, and you will remember you remember them. Like they're interesting. They all have very different personalities, and I like they do seem really like weirdly not country. I don't know what to describe. They're fucking oh. What?
Also, the fight scene in this against the Doom Tree was pretty good.
Mhm.
We didn't really talk about the fight scene with like the water snake last episode of the main from the first one, but those are pretty good too.
Yeah.
I think the Doom Tree one is better than both of those because it's got like more jokes in it. Freaking termites was kind of funny, and then the reveal of the Doom Tree is just this weird slender green thing with a funny voice.
The voice of the Doom Tree is so amazing. I love it so much. It's so stupid.
Also, you won't
Hmm?
I'm bad at talking, sorry.
I love the voice of the Doom
I
Tree.
also like to talk about.
I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Also like to talk about Pop in this episode. So I would say it establishes two things. One, it establishes how much he sort of like values like tradition and family history with like how like kind of or like how much he cares about his cane and how it was like passed down. And also sort of like this is really the first time where we sort of like establish his sort of I don't like just his sort of relationship with Anne.
Yeah.
Because like this is before Stakeout where they start to become close, but it's just kind of like it's nice to sort of just kind of see their sort of like relationship, I guess, just established for the first time.
Yeah, he's had to raise like the Polly and Sprig mostly, and Anne is a little bit older than Sprig. She's like a teenager. It's like he has to like figure out how to really talk to her and be like a good parental figure, even though like uh he's not exactly like her grandpa, you know. It's and also there's multiple episodes that like show Hop Pop's love for tradition, but this is a good episode that shows that too.
Yeah, I just like how I think what season one does good. Okay, that wasn't good grammar. What season one does well is how kind of it like Hop Pop's sort of um like bond with Anne and how he kind of views her as like one of his own. Like they take their time developing that, and like this episode is kind of where it starts, and then like Stakeout sort of develops it a little more, and like throughout season one they just kind of like just gradually develop it, and I think it once you get to season two where like Hop Pop basically views Anne as like one of his own children, like it feels earned, I would say, because of how much they sort of gradually develop it and kind of take their time.
Yeah, all of the like the whole family like that's the season one like it shows it very well how they just like become one family like like the three of them have already been a family, but Anne coming in and being a part of that family. Yeah. Shelly, were you gonna say something?
Yeah, I think it does. I think it does everything pretty well. Even Pop Pop fairly in the episode. Also establishes the planter's ancestors of Pop Pop and Lock Stop and Drop Stop and
Yeah.
That's naming the entire show.
I like how like their names are really complicated, and then they went to from like Hoplocks. What was his name?
Hop and lock, top, stop. Hop and lock, top,
Yeah, that to Hopadaya. You
Hop and
know.
lock, drop, stop, pop.
They kind of realized they went too far. As my guess.
They're like, yeah, we can't have this name be over 50,000 characters. Like, there's a limit on the birth certificate, so here, take Hopadaya. And then, do we know the parents' names? No, we don't know it. What?
No, we don't.
So wait, what side of the parent? What side are they on? Like
What happened to Hop? My question is, what happened to Hop like?
I don't know because
Yeah, we don't know.
did she like leave because he flirted with Sylvia?
What?
Sylvia left.
They never say that.
Okay.
Sylvia left way before Hop was married, I'm assuming.
Mm. Okay, so they okay.
We don't really know.
This is a thing that like this is this also technically spoilers? Should we say that again? Do we need to say that again?
I don't think we need to worry about spoilers. I think anyone who's watching this has most likely already seen the entire show.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
probably.
Or maybe, I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
Maybe we could just preface every recording with just saying like, hey, there's spoilers here. So
There's probably gonna be spoilers because we can't help ourselves to talking about later episodes.
For the shut-in, it's not canon.
Wow.
Who told you that?
What do you mean?
Shut-in isn't canon.
Like this shut-in is not canon.
Yeah. Well, okay.
It's a good episode though. Shows Ivy
Yeah,
Ivy's
definitely.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the best episodes for Ivy.
Mhm.
It's not that it's not canon.
Yeah, that's the only part that I would have really cared to be canon.
So I'm gonna give our ratings.
Oh yes. Ratings of Kane Crazy. I would say, I wouldn't say that I'd like it less than the other two. But I wouldn't say that it's. I don't want to give it another 7 out of 10. I'm gonna say probably 6.8.
Okay. I really like this episode because, first of all, Loggle has a wooden statue of himself
Yeah.
looking like.
And
a
Polly
big
with her
god.
like limbs, long wood
Yes,
limbs.
Polly with her limbs. Also, he.
Wait, no, I want to change my answer. I'm saying 7.2.
Okay.
Very specific.
Also, like. Also, Loggle, like, he accepted payment for the damages in his workshop with a pen, which was dumb as heck, but very funny. The Doom Tree being a green thing that I still don't know what it is.
It's just a bug.
It's also
A
very
weird
funny.
bug.
Also, Hop Hop was very nice in this episode, if you ask me. He was, like, just very wholesome in general. So I'd give this episode 7. Yeah, 7 out of 10.
Nice.
Yeah, let's see. I would say I like this episode slightly more than the other two, so I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
Nice.
Yeah?
I think this episode does a good job at for establishing some characters, helping flex them out. Also introducing Loggle, which is pretty cool. So I give this episode a Loggle statue out of 10.
Nice. Okay. Fourth segment and the last segment that we are doing on this podcast today. Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
We totally watched this one.
Yes, we watched
Yes,
we watched
did.
the episode.
We did.
We did watch the episode.
Oh yeah, we did. Oh yeah, we thought about skipping it.
We thought about
We just
skipping it,
forget.
because and then Mike had
We
to mute
forget we
himself.
watched the episode.
I feel like we would have been fine without watching it still, though.
Wow. Okay.
I probably wouldn't have said as like I probably wouldn't be able to say as much if I didn't watch the episode because I wouldn't remember it. But okay, the episode where the basement is flooded and
There's a
they
flood,
live together.
And sweat, and someone cries. So blood, sweat, and tears.
When do they cry?
Who cried?
Who
I
cried?
did.
Why did you cry?
It's too emotional.
Saddest episode.
The most sad episode of the show.
Yes.
Worse than Reunion.
I think it's a pretty good episode.
Yeah.
I like how it sort of, because Anne and Sprig sort of, it's not like Hop Hop where like their bond kind of forms very slowly. It's more kind of like
It's very
form a
immediate.
very fast friendship. But
Mhm.
in this episode, kind of like tests their friendship, and it's like it tests it, and it ends with them having a stronger friendship than they did before. And I like the way they did that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes it so like in later episodes when they grow even closer. You kind of do understand why in Reunion, in other episodes, in later episodes, why she chooses like Sprig and the Planters over her childhood friends. Like they just have such a different relationship, and they've like grown.
Make as much sense as it does. It makes sense. It made sense in Reunion, not so much.
Not
A Day of the Aquarium.
not a day of the aquarium because like I don't. Marcy's.
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Okay, yeah, still.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Let's not do this right now. But yeah, their relationship does definitely get closer in the episode, and that's like the whole point of the episode. It's I want to say something about like Shelly, your timeline, your amphibia timeline. You
Oh
don't.
yeah, my timeline that I made takes place over 10 days.
Yeah, the episode takes over 10 days because there's 10 nights, but you don't have like so you don't have anything during the day. Are you saying like none of the episodes after?
Here's what I see. None of the episodes after reference the events of Blood, Sweat, and Tears, so it leads me to believe that this is all over the course of that nothing else, none of the other episodes happened during the time.
Like they're not exhausted during the next few episodes, so like I mean, I guess yeah, that makes sense.
Plus, we see Anne in the basement room like a few times in that episode. So
Yes, okay, yeah, that makes
That's
sense.
something. I think it makes I think it definitely like makes total sense why they would not be compatible roommates. I think that definitely
Different
definitely makes
species,
sense.
different home lives.
Although for that in season 3, we can see that they all sleep in the same bed. So I wonder how that went down.
Season
Like
3. Wait, when was it? Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All of the like.
So like with what we know what happened in this episode, I wonder how that went down.
I mean, they've
yeah.
I mean, sleepovers also exist, so like that's a different dynamic. Like sleepovers are very different than like being roommates. So I mean I wouldn't know. I've never actually had a sleepover.
Dang thing. We don't have friends.
Yeah, but not with the inconsistency like Sprig.
I don't have much else to add about this episode.
Well,
Let's go with upside down order. Shelly, Noah, Mike, me.
Me first. Okay, I have something to joke. I give this episode not funny. I cried out of 10. It did its job well, and yeah.
Okay. Noah.
I give this episode a 7 out of 10. Pretty good.
Mike.
I'll give this episode a 6.5, mostly because I understand what Anne and Sprig were going through, because I have roommates myself, and they suck.
Mike.
Lol, imagine.
So much. So, yeah, 6.5 makes sense.
Get 6.5 because it's relatable. I would give this 6.8. Yeah. So that is the last. That's the last segment for today's episode or today's podcast. Um, we'll be here next week, hopefully.
Any closing thoughts from anyone?
Yeah, closing thoughts.
I think season one, uh, like so far, obviously, I mean, like nothing special, but I enjoy it quite a bit. I like I think the thing it does well the most is the comedy, obviously, and also the dynamics between the characters, and kind of I like the way they interact, and kind of in general, I like the way they do the dynamics between the characters and the way they interact with each other. I think it's overall a pretty enjoyable, like, feel-good experience.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Nothing about these like first episodes like really hooks most people on the show. I've noticed because most people when they say they've only like watched the first episodes don't seem to like really like enjoy it that much. Other than that, people dislike it more so there's nothing to really pull you in at this point. Which I do think the problem with like all the episodes up to dating season, in my opinion. I still think it's good episodes, but it's something that really pulls you in to like show is like really anything out of the ordinary. But I still think they're good episodes. Just maybe worth like reorder.
It's more
I
like
mean, I definitely think.
I would say that like I said earlier, like you have to watch the whole show to appreciate season one. Season one is really good, but and it's so different to season two, and also season three. For and it's so different. So when you get to season two, and actually like at reunion, like those everything after that is like it just turns into a different show. Not in a bad way, but like it's great, and I love season two, and I love season one, because like I don't know, it's like when I first watched the show, I didn't really care that much about the first few episodes, but yeah, it's definitely like you have to like know the show to enjoy this part.
I think it definitely depends on your personal taste and what you like in shows. So if you're more into something that's like just more fast paced and just like really just gets into the action immediately, you might not. This really just might not be the show for you. But personally, with for me, I really like those kind of like long form, kind of episodic.
Hello.
And yeah, I just think for me personally, I can definitely see why these episodes will be boring. Like if that's just not your thing, like I totally get that. Just me personally, I really enjoy these sort of laid back, like episodic format of season one. I find it to be very enjoyable.
Yeah, I mean I agree that I do like season one, but I also like more adventure and mystery and drama. I guess I don't know about
Yeah,
drama,
like
but yeah. The hell just
Putting the calls.
Okay.
Tobie left.
Okay, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back.
For a second, I thought it was Jerry like joining us like last second. I was about
Okay.
Are we still recording?
I
Are we still
I
recording?
yes. there's probably about 2 minutes of silence because my internet just turned off. So that's
Right.
fun.
Tobie's internet turned off. What
Oh,
you
so
missed is
so they
Tobie's
didn't
jaw
you
got
didn't
kicked.
catch.
No, there was a little
Oh,
bit.
you
There was
didn't catch
some
the
parts
part.
of your little speech that or not speech. I don't know. Your thing that I didn't hear. Noah, like there was uh in the middle,
Oh.
even when I hadn't left the call yet.
Sadness.
It doesn't happen when we're doing other episodes.
Yeah, especially like more important episodes. That would probably not be great. Okay. Is there anything that I like because I'm recording? Is anything that we should have on the recording?
If any of you will subscribe to the King 3DDD YouTube channel, that was me. I changed my channel name to Shelly Vision.
Yes.
If anyone from my school is seeing this, you are not to inform anyone, because I don't like it.
Okay.
Okay. Wow.
I think most of us do have a YouTube channel, so I can put that in the description of the video if you would like, if any of you guys would like.
Let's put channels in
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put all of our channels in the description. So
You don't have any videos.
or not videos,
Me too.
channels. I don't think I have many videos, but I will at some point.
I might get around to uploading more things at some point, maybe, who knows.
Yeah, we'll all try to do that. But I think this podcast should be about over. It's been 40 minutes now. We'll get.
Shorter than I had in mind, but whatever.
Huh?
Bit shorter.
That's about what I expected.
I had about 40 minutes. That's what I thought. Anyways, okay. So that was the first 4 segments of Amphibious season 1. We'll be.
Did you just say amphibia?
Amphibia.
You said amphibia.
Amphibia. Okay, let me restart like the outro now. So that was the first 4 segments of season 1 in Amphibia. We'll be back next week to do the next 4, I believe, if that's what we're going to be doing.
Hopefully that time Olivia will have her friends make her not able to, and hopefully Jerry will actually show up.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have everyone in. But yeah, that's about it. Bye guys.
Bye.